making ends meet. See, I want to be blessed. I don't want to be blessed. I want to be blessed to be a blessing. You see, I want to live my life in the overflow. I want to have more than enough. Check this out. Well, it's time for me to start to elevate. Been down too long, time to graduate. Mount up my wings like an eagle, you see. Turn all my dreams to reality. Ain't nothing on this earth gonna hold me back from my heart desires. He promised that if I have faith, if I believe, faith the size of a mustard seed. I want to be blessed, to be a blessing. Prosperous life, no more stressing. That won't know me from the moon to the sun. He'll keep blessing me in that recession. I got to do something with this life he give. It's planned for me, that's what I wanna live. As long as I got God on my side, the hater just gonna have to let me fly. Yes, I am. In the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Yes, I am. In the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Oh, yes, I am. In the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Yes, I am. In the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? See, we have to speak that thing into existence. Because it gonna happen. You gotta believe it. In your heart, and in your mind, and in your soul. So you gotta repeat this after me. See what you say, so you can say what you heard. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. Come on, you repeat after me. Come on, sing. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. I wanna be living. I got to be living. And I'm gonna live. Come on, let's make this thing into existence. Let's go. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. Hey. Oh, now y'all got it. Your blessings is on the way. Blessed when I come, blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. I want heaven in the overflow. Right here on earth. Blessed when I come, blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? In the overflow. Hey. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Overflow, the Everyday People Show. This is the only show where me, you, your mama, and your cousin too get to just come on and just chop it up. What's up, y'all? What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Overflow, the Everyday People Show. You are welcome to come on this show. The first comment posted is a link to the show. You want to come on and chop it up with your boys and girls, you can do that, man. Because this is what we do this at. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do this at. But just be respectful to the co-host and the host and everybody on the show. Be respectful now. Don't come up here trying to, you know what I'm saying, do your own thing. You know what I'm saying? But look, just be respectful. You're welcome to come on the show. Follow the link. Hop on. and let's get it on. Let's chop it up. We got a lot to chop up today, y'all. We got a lot of stuff going on today in this world, man. What we got going on? We got my boy Biden, man. I don't know about Biden, man. I don't know if he's gonna make it to 2024. I don't know if he's gonna make it to 2024. And I voted for Biden, but I don't think the cat thinking. The guy, man, we're gonna chop it up. No, I'm saying we're gonna chop it up. I know my boy BT got something to say about that. You know what I'm saying? We gotta replace Biden. Democrats, y'all better start looking for a replacement for Joe Biden, man. But that cat ain't gonna make it, man. What else we got? Oh, my boy, Chappelle got tackled on the stage. Yeah, we got stuff like that going on. What else? The correction officer and the inmate got caught. I don't know how in the hell she thought she gonna get away with that. Man, she was so stupid. I ain't gonna say that, man. But anyway, y'all, we gonna chop this stuff up today, man. Let me get these folks off in this thing, man. Off in here. Main one, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Main one. Happy birthday to you.
What up? Appreciate it, fam.
What you do for it, boy?
Man, it was a long weekend, man. Because, I got to share my birthday with Mother's Day. And on top of that, I got to share it with my anniversary. So we went from anniversary, Mother's Day to my birthday. So
I think your wife set it up like that. I think she set it up. She set it up that way.
Yeah.
So when she doing something to you, it's really for
her. Facts.
But they smart, man. They smart, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but it was a good weekend, man. Every day above ground, every year around the sun is always good, man. So blessed.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. What else? Who else we got ready to come with the thing, man? Oh, she's back. Oh, she's back.
There goes gang. There goes my girl.
Tars gang, we up, baby.
That's right.
What been going on, Ann?
Nothing much. Same thing as Maine. I had to celebrate my baby's birthday this weekend, Mother's Day.
What you do for Mother's Day? What you get a whole lot of stuff?
I did absolutely nothing. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of hoopla, but the best of it was doing nothing.
Hold on now. You can't be calling people's hard-earned. People change from their heart.
But the best gift they gave me was to leave me alone. That was the best gift I could have gotten.
Oh, I think you calling people's gift hoopla.
I got the thing is, it's just stuff. It's stuff that I didn't need or want. I just wanted to relax. I appreciate it, but I could have gotten none of it and just got peace and quiet and would have been just as happy.
You got peace and quiet.
Yes, peace and quiet. It was beautiful.
Well, good to see you again, and good to have you back.
Well, how you been?
I'm good. I had a good weekend myself.
Good.
I got to hang out with some stars and stuff
I
like
seen
that.
you. I got to
hang out with some stars, man.
Must be nice. You got to take us on one of these trips. Let them know you got a whole game behind you.
I put that Teddy P on him. Ooh, boy, I had him, man.
It looked like you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, I really did.
That's good.
Who else we got right here? Fool, what up, bro?
What's up, y'all?
Hey,
man,
Fool.
Look like he hiding from the sun.
He hiding. He right in it.
Yeah, I'll be home. I'll be home in like 10 minutes. I'm headed home from this golf tournament.
You had a set today?
Huh?
You had a golf tournament today? What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool, man. What's up? What you do today?
Play like shit.
You probably better than me though, man. You know what I'm saying? Wait, you definitely better than me because I don't do it at all. I couldn't even hit the ball at top golf. I see you try to get your push-up game on too.
Well, I have my I don't talk to you about push-ups. You don't do real push-ups. You don't go down. I'm good.
What do you do?
You gonna do me like that, bro?
I'm straight. I'm doing real
push-ups like that.
Huh?
My man, I can't even explain it. I'm gonna let him when he go live again and show you. Gonna be like, oh, he ain't doing no motherfucking push-up.
Hey man, I'm getting results though, man. It's about getting results, man.
Rob, what you be doing those hand push-ups where you don't go all the way up?
Yes.
That's that bullshit my son be doing. I was like, yo, that ain't no damn push-up.
How you doing, Miss Brenda? Miss Brenda Thompson, y'all. That's Selena Johnson's mama.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Miss Brenda.
Hello.
They was a trip all weekend. BT, what's up, man?
What's good? What's good? Happy birthday,
on,
man. One.
Appreciate
Man,
it,
oh man.
Appreciate
Rob, man. I didn't get to see it, man, but I heard you tore it down in Dallas, man. You broke down that Teddy P, and there was pennies being thrown on the stage, man. I heard it. Little Birdie told me that pennies was coming on the stage.
Well, you bought one. It was short of that. But I had a good time, man. I had a good time hanging with the mamas, the celebrity mamas, check in. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I learned a lot. They dropped some knowledge. You know what I'm saying? At the hotel, they were dropping knowledge and everything. Miss Brenda, sweet lady, right? She listening now, Miss Brenda. She listening now. But anyway, man, yeah, I had a good time, man. But what about you, bro? What you do for Mother's Day, man? Even though you ain't a mother, I know you got baby mama. I know you got all your baby mamas some stuff, man.
I took care of my mama, man. You know, me and my brothers take care of my mama on Mother's Day, man. So yeah, she wasn't up for getting out the house, so we just took care of her at the house.
Yeah, it get hard. After all these years, it kind of be repetition stuff that you give them. Like, what you get, the flowers? I got my mama a bottle of perfume, YSL perfume.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so she don't really go out nowhere to wear it. You know what I'm saying? But
my mama don't play that. She tell you don't buy no gifts. If you do, you getting slapped. So I be like, all right, I don't want no smoke.
But you still kind of feel like guilty, you go over there.
I gave her a card,
and she done cooked all that food.
She ain't doing all that cooking either. My mom's 75. She like, nah. But I did go over there. It was 85 degrees in that house. I stayed about 30 minutes. I was like, Mom, I love you. I said, but me and the devil can't share the same space. I'm sorry.
They get that they don't cut no AC on, man.
Bruh, it was smoking over there. As soon as I walked in the house, I started sweating. I was like, oh no, it's gonna be a short trip.
That was that crown from the night before, man.
Nah, bro, I don't drink like that. Oh no.
So, man, what you think about my boy Joe, man? You think he gonna make it to the next election, bro?
Joe who?
You know Joe, your friend Joe.
Is he gonna make it to the next election?
Yeah.
Biden.
Oh, man, who the fuck knows? Shit. Is he gonna make it to tomorrow?
That's the point.
He should be hoping he wake up every damn day. We talk about
the end of the year, much less another election.
Another almost 2 years.
The sad part about that is I said this from the beginning of the election that he was unfit for office. I've been saying this.
Bold, razor-sharp leader of the free world, the 46th president of the United States, Joe Robinette Biden. Let's listen to his response when asked about Title 42 in relation to illegal immigration.
President, on Title 42, sir, are you considering delaying lifting Title 42?
No, what I'm considering is continuing to hear from well, first of all, there's going to be an appeal by the Justice Department, because as a matter of principle, we want to be able to be in a position where if in fact it is strongly concluded by the scientists that we need Title 42, that we be able to do that. But there has been no decision on extending Title 42.
That is just incredible. To be clear, he was asked about Title 42, which is a Trump-era policy that allows the US to quickly expel migrants to their country of origin when they've crossed the border illegally. Biden's answer there was about the appeal on mask mandates on planes, but he also mentioned Title 42. This is what he said, word for word. He said, no, what I'm considering is continuing to hear from first of all, there's going to be an appeal by the Justice Department because as a matter of principle, we want to be able to be in a position where if in fact it is strongly concluded by the scientists that we need Title 42, that we'd be able to do that. But there has been no decision on extending Title 42. And this isn't just misspeaking or a stutter. The man has no clue what he is talking about. Now, let's not forget, the media wanted to ship Trump off to the funny farm because he walked slowly down a ramp. We've got the current president and his obvious cognitive decline being largely ignored by the bulk of the US media. Biden's weekly gaffe tally is rising. Here he is talking about natural wonders.
You know, our natural wonders inspire, and the reflection inspires our to take action. You know,
what we love about Joe is that he always knows when.
Hey man, that's enough, man.
Hey,
It's so embarrassing.
You know what's real troubling it though? Why it's funny, but what's troubling is hell, they trying to bring back Hillary Clinton and all kind of, they ain't got a viable candidate to even fucking run in 2024. So they ain't got no choice but to bring his ass back if he alive. Hell, they'll have him in a fucking damn wheelchair and say, hey, nigga, we need y'all vote. They ain't got who else? Who else is a viable candidate?
I don't know, man, but I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? I think they make a mistake by not trying to put somebody forward. You know what I'm saying? Somebody younger. Somebody younger,
Rob,
man.
They ain't got nobody.
And I think both parties got to do that, man. I think if Trump run again, if he run again and Trump run again, man.
But the difference between the other party is at least they got, you know, cognitive people that you can be like, oh, okay, I
able
body.
Able body. Like who?
They got somebody who act DeSantis.
Oh,
anybody can remember.
I mean, shit. Name one. Name a.
But see, DeSantis ain't said he's running it yet, though.
No, right. I'm just saying. But if they would have put him,
it looking more and more like Trump gonna run again.
Man, they had a. I just read a poll not too long ago, and they said if both of them ran, a lot of people was not going to vote for either one of them.
I mean, but
a lot of people said they'll vote third.
But the sad, one of them gonna win. That's the problem. One of them gonna win. You know what I mean?
I mean,
so it's crazy, man.
There's Democratic candidates if people are willing to accept them. That's the question. You know, there's there's Yang, Julian Castro.
He couldn't even make it through the primaries last year.
All right, that was the primaries. I mean, that was that because people scared of the UBI. The UBI is excellent. That'll get people off welfare. Real talk.
You know who I'd like to see run? I would like to see John Ossoff run, man. Somebody a younger face, man.
Ossoff?
Yeah, I'd like to see Ossoff. I mean, that's all we got.
Yeah, I mean, he just ain't been in the game long enough.
No, you don't have to be in the game long enough. How long Trump been in the game?
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right. No, on the Democratic side, they value stuff like that. On the Republican side, they just value someone who backs up their values.
Hey, go ahead and push Kamala out there, man.
I don't think she ready, man. I don't think Kamala ready. I don't think
Kamala not ready.
I really think the Democrats are in a world of trouble, and they got Pelosi, Schumer. All these cats need to go, man.
Robert, you ready?
You're right, man. That's
you ready to say that I'm right? You ready to say that I'm right?
You're
right. You're right.
No.
Okay.
I'm not willing to say that. As bad as the Democrats are, the Republicans are 100 times worse. Bottom line, 100 times. They want us to go back to damn near slavery.
Come on, bro, stop that.
They want princes and paupers out there. That's what they want. They don't want no middle class. They want rich and poor.
BT, they all want that.
Fam.
And another thing I ain't never seen a party that's not in power win so damn much.
Hey, but I ain't never seen a party that's not empowered get blamed for so much. Like, y'all got the keys to the car. So if you got the keys to the car, how you gonna blame me for how you driving? You in the driver's seat.
But it don't look like it.
Because what I say all the time, saying one party. It's only one party in this country. It's only one party. That's it.
What the money party?
That's it.
I
don't disagree with that.
I'm more Jermaine's side now when it comes to politics, man.
I said this, man. Okay, all right. When the primaries happened for Democratic primaries happened a couple of years ago, I said it from the beginning. I said Bernie Sanders is the guy we need. Beto is the guy that should be considered. But I knew that Biden was going to win because people think that having universal health care and free college is radical thinking. I mean, it's not radical in other parts of the world. That's just the way of life.
But
you know what I'm saying?
But do you think that's why? Do you think that's why Bernie Sanders lost? He didn't
Absolutely.
Lose. He didn't.
People ain't ready for that.
No. But let me tell you why he lost. He lost because he kept coming up on the damn debate stage, and every time he got a mic in his front, oh, Joe Biden is my friend and my friend. Instead of calling him on the issues, he kept saying he's my friend, he's my friend. And then when they tapped him on the shoulder and say, hey, it's time for you to bow out, what did he do? He bowed out instead of staying his ass in the fucking damn race. No matter if you would have lost, cool, but don't bow out the fucking damn race. How you just gonna give up on the fight if you fought for something? But he chose his seat and his position and his access over his constituents.
It's just, the Democrats don't try to eat each other like the Republicans do. You know, the Republicans in the primaries, you know, Trump was talking about Ted Cruz's wife. You know what I'm saying? You know, and talking about his daddy. You know, the Democrats don't play that game. They don't kill each other. They lay things out, and the winner it's easy to say that they just back the winners, but the corporate Democrats they run the party, and until they get gone, it's not going to be not much is going to change.
Well, how they going to get gone when the progressive, the so-called progressive,
they got to die.
Voting for them.
You're right, man. But
that's the point.
I think they got to die out, Jermaine. I really do.
If you're a so-called progressive, you have to challenge the establishment. That's what you're supposed to be there for. But if you always vote with them, then you're useless. In my opinion, the squad is useless.
But that's what Republicans do. It's a balance. Do you want to get rid of the old guard, or do you want to hold on to power? You know what I'm saying? So you can't do both. You can't buck the system and then hold power at the same time. Republicans beat each other up, but when it's time to pull that lever, they pull the same lever. The same lever, and they play bully ball.
But in the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, right? So let's say the progressives challenge the establishment, and let's say they lose. Okay, they lose. Republican gets power. Now you build a base where people believe in you. People don't believe in the squad no more. This is supposed to be progressive end of the left wing. Don't nobody believe in them no more. They ain't even back Nina Turner in her fucking damn race against an established Democrat. So how can somebody believe in you and you ain't even back your progressive? It don't make no sense. So when you say they don't eat their own, they do eat their own. They just don't eat them the same way the Republicans do. The Republicans gonna eat your ass in front of the fucking camera. It don't matter what. These motherfuckers gonna eat your ass up behind closed doors. It's the same shit. They just do it a different way.
Yeah, just like when you go get Trump, what the first thing he gonna say? I'm gonna primary you. And now they got Joe Manchin and Christian Sinema. They scared to say something to them. Joe Biden gonna be every day. Y'all gonna get primary. Y'all don't get on board. Y'all gonna get primary
every day. He's supposed to be in. He's supposed to be in their districts, talking shit to their constituents. Y'all gonna
get this y'all last time. If y'all don't get down with the program, y'all won't be in them seats no more.
But Rob, this lets you know how the shit is a fucking damn game because he's not doing that because
they weak,
don't,
man. Democrats are weak, man. Democrats are weak.
You're right about that. They are. They soft,
man. They soft. We're very soft, and we ain't got what we want yet. So now you need our vote again. Now what you gonna do to get up back out there? And now we got a president who can't put together a sentence. He can't remember his grandkid name.
If you ain't Democrat, if you ain't voting Democrat, you ain't black. That's what they're gonna run.
I hate to say it, Brett. We done, man. We done.
We done what? I mean, when they roll Trump out there, you gonna pull the lever for Trump?
What?
Are you gonna roll? Are you gonna roll with the Republicans on the election day?
I'm not voting in the presidential election. I'm gonna vote for everybody else down ballot.
Well, let me ask you this.
That's a vote. That's a vote for the minority party, which is the Republicans.
It's gonna be what it's gonna be.
That's not how voting works. That's just another talking point. That's not how voting works. Is if you don't vote, it means
he better do something.
Right? Yes, it does.
Let me ask you this.
Because conservatives want only a certain amount of people to vote. That helps them out. That helps them out in the electoral college. Electoral college should have been gone years ago. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Let me ask you this though: what if Trump wins? Let's say hypothetically he does win, and he puts a policy and legislation together where it's gonna pass because they're gonna have the House and the Senate, where all the things that Biden said he was gonna do on campaign trail, he didn't do.
Like what?
Cancel student debt.
No, he never said that. He never said that.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. That's what we wanted, but he never promised that.
Bro,
he said he'll take a look at it. He'll take a look at it.
Videos where he said he gonna cancel student debt, bro.
He never said that.
Video don't lie. Video don't lie.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
We'll pull it up. Cancel student debt. $15 minimum wage.
Yeah, 15. He proposed that, but that got smashed. That got smashed in the House.
It didn't get smashed down. It got by the parliamentarian, unelected official, kicked down the shit that you.
I mean, y'all trying to make me defend Biden, but no, I'm not. He's not going to make changes. He's a status quo type president. He's not going to make major changes. He did. He had a couple of executive orders that was nice, like canceling the contracts with private prisons. That's nice, and hopefully states start to fall in line after that. But that's nice, but that's not using a hammer. The president is not going to be a hammer. He's not. We got to do his thing more on a local level if we want stuff done.
I don't know what Joe Biden gonna be because he can't even. And it's so obvious now, man. And I try to overlook it. I used to see it back in the day, but I try to overlook it. Maybe he just misspeaking. But his wife literally was standing next to him the other day, telling him who people were, and he couldn't remember. And I'm like, dude, this is
when he fell asleep. He lost me then. A few interviews back, and he completely fell asleep on TV. I was just done then. I was just outdone.
So he fell asleep.
He was like, that's so embarrassing. How you gonna be the president and you sleep? No, you was asleep.
So he was.
Well, that's embarrassing.
You want to talk? You want to say something before we move on, man?
When me and you was having conversations before the primary, did I not say the same exact thing about Joe Biden?
Yeah, you and Maine both said it.
Nah, I'm talking about before when we talked on the phone before the show. Before you started.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I told people,
but it wasn't as obvious as it is now.
Yes, it was. That's why I said it.
I don't think it was as obvious as it is now, Fu.
I said it back then. I said you got people was like, well, Bernie Sanders.
I mean, it was obvious, but we wanted what we wanted. It was obvious. In hindsight, now you can see, yes, it was very obvious, but we wanted what we wanted.
But here's
people wanted Trump out.
The reason, but see that once again, that right there is also another problem. Would you rather have somebody in office that you don't like personally, or would you have somebody in there who physically cannot do the job? They mentally, that's a problem. But to me, that's not the lesser of two evils. You don't choose nobody with dementia or Alzheimer's to do anything. Literally, you don't choose them to do anything.
I just feel like they were giving him vitamins in the beginning, and now they just stopped. I mean, he didn't seem like he was going to go into full-blown Alzheimer's. I mean, but you could definitely see something going on. I just feel like now that he's in, whatever they was pumping to make him seem like he was going to be able to keep it together, nobody's doing it anymore.
And I'm gonna tell you,
Biden should have ran.
Whatever they were doing to him, they're not doing it no more.
He should have ran right after Obama, and then he would have beaten Hillary, and he would have won, and we'd be just about done with him by now.
He couldn't run because his son died. That's why he didn't run. So
look how we talking, Brett. He should have been. Even we know, even people who voted for him know something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So what?
I mean,
so how we gonna win the election if the top of your ticket ain't even viable?
Here's the thing.
I mean, we had a whole party vote for a top of a ticket that they didn't believe in, but because he was who he was, and because he was on the top of their ticket in Trump. So it is what it is. It goes both ways.
Nah, but see that once again, that to me, we live in a country where people move too much off of emotions, especially politically. That's a problem. That's something that needs to be honestly and truly addressed.
I can agree with that.
When you factor in like Hillary had her things going on with her too, and a lot of people know, like myself and Maine, what was going on behind the scenes. But here's the thing: in 2020 that he ran? What's that 2020? Whatever year Trump won, whatever year that was, whatever election year that was.
16.
Okay, in 2016, in the United States of America, this country wasn't quote unquote ready for a female president. How the fuck does that sound? Like you go from having the first black president in 2000 something, they still wouldn't elect a woman. This country is fucked up.
Right.
Period. And that's the shit that needs to be addressed.
Well, it's bigger than that because the neoliberalism of the left is what caused Trump. But nobody wants to address that. They want to bypass all the stuff that they didn't do for their constituents. What got done in the 8 years of having a so-called black president? What did he do?
What did he do? He did plenty, and I've laid it out in front of you.
What did he do? But bail out the banks, kick 2+ million people out of their homes, took up a Republican laid out medical plan that was drawn up by a Republican think tank. It was Mitt Romney's plan.
Oh, yeah. So Obamacare is nothing but Romney care. That's what you're trying to say.
It is. It's the exact plan. What are you talking about?
Oh my goodness. For one thing, Obamacare was only supposed to be the first step towards universal health care. It still is, because everybody doesn't have it.
BT, so I want you to get your point out. But I want to say this. Exactly what you're doing is why we're in the situation we're in. Not just you personally. It's just a mess of people who I'm just blue no matter who. I don't give a fuck what they do, whether it's right or wrong. I'm going with them, and I'm gonna make every excuse for them. And because there's no reason why a game talk show celebrity should have won the presidency. It's no way. But you know what? Let me tell you what. You know what Hillary didn't do? She didn't take her ass to fucking damn Michigan. Michigan was a blue state. You know why it turned red? Because she took those people for granted and said, "Oh, I already got them. I ain't got to go out there and campaign." And you know what Trump did? He went out there and he said, "Hey, you know what? They don't care about you. I do. I'm good." Whether it was a lie or not, he went out there and told them a lie, and they went out there and voted for him, and that shit turned fucking damn red. Come on, bro. You can't deny the shit that you fucking saw. Hey, that's just like me, who has no I never ran a campaign or nothing. I go out here and I win the presidency. Do that make any fucking damn logical sense?
All right, there was two reasons why Trump won. A, it was white lash from 8 years of Obama. People that do not like black people, they automatically voted for Donald Trump for the 8 years that Obama was there. And the other reason is they didn't want to, like Fu said, they didn't want to see a woman a president, you know? So they dramatized stuff about her emails and shit like that.
Well, she still won a popular vote. So it came down to the electoral college, like Maine said.
Right.
It came down to certain states. She didn't.
You're right. And not going to Michigan was a mistake. It was a political mistake. It didn't have nothing to do with if she could run the country. It was a political mistake.
I got to bring up something right now based on how the Democrats run shit. Once again, the Democrats have the House, the Senate, and the presidency. There's a bunch of Democrats bitching about the electoral college. They have the power to eliminate it right now. They ain't doing that shit.
No,
they're not going to do it because they don't do anything substantial.
Like I said, man, I ain't never seen a party in power lose so much.
Yeah.
Losing so many battles.
They can take out the Electoral College. They can expand the Supreme Court. They can do anything they want, but they not solidified.
Because once again, when you start talking about the word power and you actually having power, Republicans push the power even when they don't have it.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, in their eyes, they have a bully pulpit. They use it. The Democrats do not, because they always separate it. That's the big difference. People want to talk about the difference between Democrats and Republicans. Republicans stay on code. Democrats go for self. Period. That's why they can't do shit. That's why shit never gets done. That's why in one breath you hear President Obama, oh, I can't do anything specifically for black people. But they do things specifically for every other fucking race.
No, they don't. No, you was doing good up until that last part.
That's bullshit because a fucking Asian hate bill got signed. What the fuck are you talking about?
All right, the Asian hate bill is based off of Obama's hate bill crime period. That serves black folks.
No. The bill is specific for fucking Asians. Period. The fuck are you talking about?
It doesn't give them anything more than the hate crime gives for minorities, for black folks. What's the difference? Tell me what the difference is. Nothing.
You're right, Agent Smith. You're right, Agent Smith. Calm down.
We gonna move on to the next topic.
No, you want it to, just because you want it to be like that, it doesn't make it so.
It's right there on fucking paper. The shit is documented. Everybody gets something in this country except for black people. This is a fucking fact. It's facts.
If a black man gets hit over the head with a pipe by a white person, there's no legislation that makes it any different if an Asian person gets hit over the head by a pipe by a white person. Exact same. It's supposed to be. It falls on the exact same statutes.
All right,
Rob, you got it.
We gonna
same thing.
We're gonna move on to the next topic, man. Correction officer and then
thanks to Obama.
I mean, we can move on. I do want to know the differences when somebody can break it down for me.
Nothing.
And
you want to have something broken down to you because basically we can give you receipts. Ask me, Maine, because we don't coddle shit. We don't bullshit with nothing. It's right there. Just to be clear. And bill was signed specifically for Asians. Fucking East Islander Indian bill was specifically signed for them. If you look throughout history, we do not have shit specifically for us.
And when you ask them this. Ask them what specifically do they get that black folks don't. They won't have a clear answer for you. I promise you won't, because there is no difference.
Okay, y'all done. Silence.
All right, we'll chat in the inbox. So I'll get there.
We're gonna move on to the correction officer and the inmate, man. They finally got caught. 11 days on the run. The love affair is finally over, and it ended tragically. Poor lady, man. I felt sorry for her. In a way.
Corrections officer accused of helping a murder suspect escape in Alabama is now dead. Vicky White and Casey White were on the run for more than a week. They were taken into custody just hours ago after a car chase in Indiana.
Authorities say Casey White was driving a Ford pickup and crashed during a pursuit. Vicky White, who was in the passenger seat, was taken to the hospital with what authorities say was a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Just today, investigators released this photo of a 2006 Ford F-150 pickup truck in Evansville that authorities say the couple abandoned at a car wash around May 3rd. It wasn't until Sunday that authorities got the tip. Turns out the two were still in the area.
This has ended a very long and stressful and challenging week and a half. It ended the way that we knew it would. They are in custody.
Vicky White spent 17 years as a corrections officer and was supposed to retire the very day she disappeared with Casey White.
Man, this lady here, man, she just threw it all away. I mean, what?
My thing is, how in a week you can only get from Alabama to Evanston, Illinois, and you had cash, and you had vehicles? How come they didn't get caught in Saskatchewan, Canada, or something like that?
Period.
I'm trying to see what in the world she was thinking about, man. I mean, he must put that thing down.
She wasn't.
He put that thing down. And you think
you know what? I don't even think it's a man. It was just so sad. And nah, it's a matter of her being in love. That's a matter of her not loving herself, not even being in love. You got to be very safe, throw everything away. I'm actually real sorry for her. To position that way, just throw away everything. Not even be able to go on a run a whole year and you already dead. Like your mind gone.
And she shot herself.
Right, to need love that bad, that's a hard yeah.
And I think they probably could have set it. She could have set it up a little better than that, but she could have her out herself. You know what I'm saying? Get him the gun. Let him walk her out with the gun. You know, behind her back or something. You know what I'm saying? That way they get caught, she can say he kidnapped me. But she didn't give herself out of together.
Like there was no plan. Clearly, if you were only as far as you were, there was no plan. Like that's insane. There was no plan. Like she was moving off lust. She was moving off what she hoped could be. There was actually no thought put into that at all.
Nope. I don't know nothing about this story, and I'm glad that I don't.
It's sad. I think it's very sad. It just also it just puts you in a better understanding that mental health issues are on the rise. Like that was a mental health thing. Like that was somebody crying out who needed a mental health intervention last week. Okay, last year.
Mental health. How was that mental health?
I mean, you got to be out of your mind to pull the stunt that she attempted to pull. Like it's something not clicking up inside that made you say, I can pull this off. He's worth that. I could do that. That's a mental health thing. Like she's gone. Her mind was shot out, gone.
And then it was her last day. She was retiring that day. She was retiring that. Yeah, she just threw everything away just like that. She just threw it all away, man. And 11 days later, she knew she wasn't gonna be able to face those people, man, coming back. You know what I'm saying? Kin folks and all co-workers and all that. So she took her life, man. I think.
But none of them people meant anything to her because none of those, like, people got to understand, just because you're surrounded by people don't mean you're not alone. So even though she had all those people, none of them people mattered to her. None of them people were true people in her real world, the world that she lived in. She didn't live in a world like you and I. She lived in a world all by herself. That only she felt like that her and that guy could understand. That was the only person words that mattered. For you to check out like that, it's gotta be some mental health issues there. And like people gotta understand, mental health don't mean you walking down the street talking to yourself. Like it's so many layers to mental health.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Well, I think
the fact that y'all didn't even try to go back up and get on the plane and go somewhere. Y'all in a damn pickup truck. What the hell you doing? My kid could have got further than them. On his power wheel, like that was insane.
It was.
Like, I really feel bad for her. Like I really do. I know people probably think that's crazy, but I just feel like it's got to be a low place to be in your life to even attempt to do it.
Yeah, and I had a little soft spot in my heart for her too, man. I'm kind of like, man, this lady here, man, she threw it all away to be with this guy who she knew he probably didn't want to be with her. He just wanted to get out. He just wanted to get out of jail.
It was a game for him, which makes it even more
sad. Yeah, he just wanted to get out of jail. But how?
Yes, and I mean, I don't think he ever had intention of truly being with her. But it was either she was gonna kill herself, or eventually he was gonna kill her.
BT, you do that for a woman in jail, man?
Yeah. I'd have a better plan. Let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you that for sure. Like she had all this money that withdrew $90,000 from her accounts, and I mean, and then drove to Indiana. I mean, drove to Tennessee, then drove to Indiana in a week. I mean, why were they hanging around? I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not saying I was rooting for them to get away. It was compelling, though. It was compelling, the story. I was following it. But, like, man, I mean, I thought if you drive at night and then hold up during the day in places, you could have gotten to Canada in 2 days, less than 2 days. They was gone for a week. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand how it's going. You could have went to Florida, which is right there. Find somebody with a boat and go.
But she didn't have the level of mental capacity. She didn't have the level of mental capacity to do that. She had the mental capacity to go to work because that is repetition. She does the same thing every single day. Anything outside of that scope, she was lost on.
Yeah, you're probably right.
She had no idea about right.
Then
that is a sad world.
They paid for an extended stay for 2 weeks. So
what?
Yeah, they had paid for an extended stay for 2 weeks. You know,
but I can guarantee you, none of that was her. None of that was her. That was her listening to him.
Was this on
she
mainstream
didn't have
media?
sensibility to say, no, babe, that's stupid. We finna run.
Was it on mainstream media? Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh,
it was all over it.
I haven't heard. That's my first time hearing.
You ain't heard of this? It was all over. It was on mainstream, local news.
Local media.
I love the fact I don't watch the motherfucking news like that. It's a beautiful thing. Jesus Christ. Thank you.
You ain't gotta watch the news. It's in the new paper.
I don't watch the news. It was just
social media.
What I'm saying to you is I have no idea of what you're talking about. And I love it because my energy and my universe, I don't want this shit in there. I'm good. Thank you. I'm straight.
But it ain't about the energy and all that. It's just a story we chop it up. It's just something for the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm honest. I never heard of it.
And they played on Fox News.
Well, I'm gonna say I at least thought they would run for about a year and then possibly get caught up on a humbug. There's nowhere in the world I thought they would be caught in 10 days.
No way. Zero way.
In 10 days.
Hold up. Who's this trans dude getting 2 guards pregnant? I did hear that. I did hear about that.
But you heard about that?
I did hear about that. I did hear about that. Hey, that came across my news feed. I think.
Who with y'all, man? Y'all done heard about the trans going.
They hear what they want to hear, man. They hear what they want to hear. You know what I'm saying?
I did hear about that. I heard about that.
Let's chop up something up there. Cause these cats, man, they watch Fox News, man.
You sure do. They swear they don't watch mainstream media, but they know everything Fox News says.
I watch all news. I watch CNN. I watch all the
news. How you missed this story?
I'm just saying, I must have missed it. I'm just saying.
This probably one of the only outside of Ukraine. This is the only thing they talked about.
I mean, shit like this don't hit my radar and have my antennas being like, do. I need to tune in. I might have saw it and glanced over it.
It was a crazy story, man. You know what I'm saying?
Are you getting ready? Are you getting ready to go on to the next topic?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Before you do, I just want to be clear about something. If anybody watches last week's show, I clearly stated, I wonder what the new distraction is going to be this week. Go ahead, Rob. Knock yourself out. So now the old distraction is gone. Here comes the new one. Wonder what it is.
Everything happens has to be a distraction there.
Right? Nah.
So I guess everybody should just stay in the house and don't nothing go on. But the weather. And we just watch weather all day, every day.
That's not what I'm saying.
So that's the only thing they're going to change. You know what I'm saying?
That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying
What are you saying then, bro?
There are stories that are put out there and they make sure it captures the attention of the masses while a bunch of shit is going on behind the scenes that they don't talk about. That's the issue. Because they know, just like they said the Romans used to say, oh, it's, you know what? The people waking up, time to open up the Coliseum. It's time for a fight or whatever the fuck they used to call that shit, because they know how people are. That's the fucking problem. And mind you, You're gonna talk about 2 distractions this week. So it shows you what I'm talking about. This is what they do because shit is going on.
Well, everything we talk about is gonna be a distraction to you, fool.
No, that's not.
I think we should rename
Kevin Samuels' death was a distraction too.
You know he gonna say that one.
Go ahead. Like I said, I'm just waiting.
Yeah, like I said, everything is a distraction, brother. Everything can be considered a distraction if you depending on how you look at it.
My point.
You know what I'm saying? But you can't. We can talk about it, but we can talk about it and not be distracted.
The reason
why we talking about it, don't mean we distracted.
Okay, I
put other issues. Before
you go on with the story, I'm willing to bet most people that's watching this show right now have, no idea that like 7 or 8 food plants, the shit that we actually get our food from, have been burnt up, vandalized, all types of shit within the past like 6 months. That's not on mainstream media at all.
Yep.
At all. That's not on mainstream media at all. Why ain't they talk about that one? That's my point.
They're gonna talk about what see the new folks is a business. News is a business, bro. And they're gonna talk about what's gonna keep people's attention.
Okay.
That's what you gotta understand about news outlets. They got advertisers who paying them to keep people's faces on the stream.
Important? What's more important?
It's not about what's important.
It's the food that we eat. Which one is more important?
That's not what we're talking about, bro. We talking about stories. We're talking reporting stories.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're talking about what's gonna keep eyes on the stream.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And motherfucking supermarket's empty. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I digress.
He said supermarket's empty.
I mean, I think they pretty low, but I haven't been able to get all the groceries I need to get.
No, and
you're
right. You're right, but if you go look up the stories, we're talking about food processing plants. They have been burned down.
Yeah, I actually, for once, I actually am up on game. I have read about that. So for once, I'm actually up on game on that. I have heard about that. Me and my best friend
I actually saw it on CNN too. I saw that on CNN.
Hey,
they talked about it on one segment and they moved on.
And Robert,
I just feel like it's a healthy balance. Just because I like to get into, the distractions, it doesn't mean I'm any less up on, the mainstream of what real life is and what's really going on.
But Robert, why you and BT y'all bash people for watching Fox News? You know who watched Tucker Carlson the most? Democrats.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't doubt that, Jermaine.
So that's why I say you can watch CNN. You can pull value from anyone, but if you just like this, totally. Oh, I'm not gonna watch. I mean, the art of war is studying your enemy. So if you're not watching and listening to what the quote unquote enemy or the opposite side is saying, then
I didn't say that wrong.
I agree. I agree.
I peep in that Fox News every now and then.
I know you
do. My parents love to watch Fox News just to get upset in the afternoon, and I do it too. I just to see what's going on and watch the Tucker Carlson. I can watch Tucker Carlson insult somebody and then and give that stupid little face. I watch it for that.
How old are your parents?
My parents. My dad passed at 78 4 years ago, but my mother, she's 78 now.
Oh, okay. So that's right in the demographic that they like is blue no matter who. It don't matter because my mama think Nancy Pelosi is fucking God. You can't say nothing about Nancy Pelosi in front of her.
But see, here's the thing, Jermaine. Even though Democratic candidates are they flawed.
Well, absolutely.
But like you say, but what you gonna do after that? You gonna vote for the other party who trying to do everything against what you want?
But okay, well, we ain't gonna get back into
what I'm saying.
We already touched on politics.
What's up, Kirsten in the building? What's up, girl? What's up?
I get tired of smashing y'all on politics.
How you doing, Kirsten?
I'm good. I was listening to the show while I was out. Y'all funny.
What you were cooking?
Kirsten, you heard what I said? I get tired of smashing them on politics.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something else.
Jermaine got more jokes than Dave Chappelle getting tackled on the stage.
Oh, really? He did.
I don't think he got tackled. I don't think he made it.
It's funny you said that, because that's the next topic, the next distraction. That's the next distraction.
Behind me on the DJ table is one of the most prolific producers that hip hop has ever presented, the mighty Mad Lib. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for hip hop history.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, he got plagues.
Oh, okay.
Dave been in the gym, man. He not no easy takedown.
Well, he got good.
I am going to kill that. Wait, I gotta see this.
Wow.
Thank God that was clumsy. He's back there getting stomped. Where did that come from? Thank you, son. It was a trans man.
Oh, wow.
It was a trans man. So what y'all think about that, y'all? Y'all think comedians need to chill on the personal attack jokes, man, to scare people, man?
Personally, I think that was bullshit.
Huh?
Personally, I think that was some bullshit because number one, I'm always gonna have questions. Was there anybody with all those people that happen to be standing right there in that group that you saw? Is it always like that where it's a group of motherfuckers like that? So when it so happened to happen, they jumped on that ass? That's number one. Number two, there has been multiple people that have said they've been to that venue, and they said at that venue, security is walking up and down the aisles, number one, and there's metal detectors. How the fuck did he get that weapon in there? Come on, man. Like to me, certain shit is just too motherfucking obvious. This is my personal opinion, because now this just so happened to happen after the Will Smith, what's the name thing, and then after the heckler with T.I. and all this other shit. My man, this to me is I see it as bullshit, and it to a certain extent it just needs to stop. That's just me, because shit like that doesn't happen because they don't allow it to happen. Things like that can happen at a comedy club, not an event of that size. Come on, man. Seriously? Nah. Next thing is something gonna happen at the fucking Oscars. Wait, watch. Now a motherfucker gonna run and tackle a motherfucker die. Seriously? After all these years this shit started to happen? Nah.
I mean, what does Dave Chappelle have to gain for setting something like that up? Now, I mean, it doesn't help him at all.
We're not talking about that. Wasn't Dave Chappelle's quote unquote venue? That's the whole point.
So you think the venue is going to benefit from that?
What I'm saying is, look at the bigger picture and how does what happened make sense? That's my biggest. That shit don't make no sense.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking at the biggest picture. If this was staged, somebody would have to benefit from that. But if that dude was just had a screw loose or something, he could do that. That's what that happens all the time.
Okay, so a random dude like that got in with a weapon and was sitting in the front. Okay, that doesn't make any sense, yo. That doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense. That's not logical to me. It just don't happen. Shit like that just does not fucking happen. So that's what I'm saying. For anybody out there, you can believe what you want to believe, but for me, if it walk like a duck and quack like a duck, it's a motherfucking duck. That shit was a mongoose.
Didn't they interview the guy? What was his motivation for doing it? Didn't they interview him or something?
They said he had some lyrics that was against Dave Chappelle. He didn't like Dave.
I mean, shit. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people in that community that don't like Dave, and that shit ain't never happened. And exactly. Dave been talking like this for years.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not saying what Fool is saying is correct. I'm just saying, is it a possibility that it could be some bullshit? Of course. Of course.
So do y'all think comedians should chill on a personal? Can they write other? I mean Richard Pryor was doing his thing. He didn't do personal attack jokes on people. He came up with different characters that he could bring up and make jokes about. I think today's comedians they don't know how to write real material.
They comedians, bro. I mean,
no.
I get what y'all
more
saying.
Sensitive today.
I'm gonna tell you about what you just said. Has nothing to do with new school comedian. Joe Torre, D.L. Hughley, and it's one more comedian out. I think D-Ray. Their career is getting on motherfuckers in the crowd, and has been for years. Has been. They not new comedians. Comedians are there to make a person laugh. It's either they're gonna make a person laugh. What I think people are saying
what I think people are now saying not at my expense.
Well, then they'll go to their show.
You know what I'm saying? Not at my expense.
If you have a problem with what a comedian has to say, why buy a ticket? Why? Why support?
I'm not saying I disagree with you. I'm just saying,
when people buy tickets, they feel entitled, and when they feel entitled, they feel like they have a voice. Like people that feel like that athletes should sign their 100 balls they have or what, because they feel like they bought a ticket. That's part of their salary, so they can sign it for me. When people buy tickets, they get bolded like that, and people today are more sensitive. You know what I'm saying?
I know one motherfucking thing. That's why I swear on everything I love, I wish Patrice O'Neal was alive. I wish he was alive. Because that motherfucker, he didn't care. You got people out there like Corey Holcomb. Cat's not gonna do that with certain comedians. Part of the reason why Dave Chappelle got tested, because dude thought he could test Dave Chappelle. Not realizing that Dave Chappelle, a lot of people fuck with him. But I bet they're not gonna the person ain't gonna do that shit to Faison Love. I bet that shit, without question. Anybody out there, you're going to test who you think you got an easy win or win against. That's just what it is. So when we look at this in a grander scheme of things, we have to understand that just because people are sensitive doesn't mean that you are entitled to that. Because even with that being said, that dude wasn't like 20 years old. Come on, that's some kid shit right there. And some
he's like 22, 23.
Was that really a trans person?
No.
It was just a joke he told.
That was just Chappelle talking shit.
Oh.
just like Chris Rock came out and said, "Was that Will Smith?" You know, so.
Wow.
I mean, people got to be able to eat these jokes. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
If they're not gonna be able to eat them, they're gonna have to do something to protect these comedians or something. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, what's gonna end up happening? Because if you really think about it, you have to look at the way the stage is being set. The stage is being set where it's giving people that right to go ahead and do it. So the next step that's gonna end up happening is somebody's gonna get killed. It's either gonna be that motherfucker rushing the stage. Absolutely. And the comedian gonna end up shooting the motherfuckers, or it's gonna be the other way around. And then what does something like that do? Something like that is gonna infringe on people's rights even deeper. That's the whole thing about this shit. or it's gonna turn in comedians only doing shows online or on Zoom or some shit like that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and you have a small faction of people that's doing dumbass shit like this. It's very small. It's always been hecklers at comedy shows. It's always hecklers at comedy shows. Period. That should have never changed. And you take the good with the bad. Now, if you want to get physical with it, like I said, somebody's gonna get fucked up.
That shit kind of remind you of, y'all remember the Nutty Professor, the second Nutty Professor? Remember my man Dave? Matter of fact,
that was Dave Chappelle.
He was jonesing on the fat professor. You know, as he started coming around, he started getting up. He was like, "Oh, I know he coming my way. Let me get up." That's what they're gonna have to start doing. And man, don't sit at the front. Sit your ass way at the damn back, so don't nobody see your ass.
It's time for Richard to karate-size your ass.
Actually, what's more than likely what's going to end up happening is when it in the future, when people do start heckling, they're probably going to immediately start removing them from the motherfucking building. That way they can avoid that shit, right? If possible. I say it's going to happen if possible.
So y'all think this
the prosecutor
copycat stuff?
The prosecutor said they're not going to charge him with a felony. Dave was upset about that. They're only going to charge him with a misdemeanor.
As he should.
But they'll charge him if he'd have shot his ass. They'd try to charge him.
How they going to charge him with a misdemeanor? That was aggravated assault.
Yeah, you would think. I mean, I don't think he ever got that knife out. I don't think he ever got it out.
He still hit
it on him.
He hit him though. You know what I'm saying? If you hit somebody, that's aggravated assault. Period. That ain't no misdemeanor.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got a pistol in your back pocket or something, and you start and you assault somebody, is that necessarily aggravated?
If you really want to break this shit down, and you start talking about legalities, if I'm not mistaken, Dave Chappelle went to the back for a second and actually stomped that dude. That's a charge. Just to be clear,
that could be
and this is the world that we live in. So the fact that Dave Chappelle composed himself, he was chilling, then went to the back, stopped, and came back out. Dave Chappelle can get charged too.
So it turned into premeditated.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The way
self-defense.
People, it can't be self-defense. They didn't do it immediately. If you did it as soon as that motherfucker did that shit, that's something different. He went to that's why I said everything to me about this shit was kind of fishy. It just didn't seem right.
Oh man,
I don't know. I don't know. That dude got worked over. I don't know anybody that would volunteer to get worked over like that. His arm all busted up backwards.
Money
shoulder thrown on socket. Who's signing up for that?
Money is a very, very powerful thing, my man. People take ass for way less than what he got.
And for the simple fact that, like Rob said, he only got charged with a misdemeanor when that's clearly aggravated assault, which is a felony.
So you think the attorney general, I mean the prosecutors in on
it? Could be.
Ain't no telling.
Who's say?
And what you eat, a chicken ramen noodles?
You already know.
And on the ramen noodles or whatever.
Maturing. The only way to go.
What you about to say?
I was just saying, I'm you know, if you don't like a comedian or somebody, why go to their show? That's just a contradiction. Like, if you don't like or agree with somebody, why support them? Yes. That's all. Like,
I mean, you can like somebody and then they go totally off script and they focus on you. You know what I'm saying? I like him, but now he on me. You know what I'm saying?
But if you have a comedy show, you should. Okay, laugh. If you can't laugh at yourself, or you know.
You got liberals out there that heckle, Trump supporters that are performing, and vice versa. And you got conservatives that heckle liberals. Like you got 50 Cent who buy up the front rows of Ja Rule's concert. I mean, people's motivations are different.
You think that's true?
Yeah. 50, that was real. That was real.
Oh wow.
So he didn't want nobody on the front seat.
He ain't want nobody in the first like 5 rows.
He bought like the first 3 rows. That shit was funny as fuck. 50 Cent is fucking savage.
Petty. I mean, but in the end, like that's like transmutation. But thank you, you put money in my pocket. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but at the same time, he making him look bad. He making it look like
he didn't want his show to look. He didn't want his show to look hype. And I mean, all they got to do is move people up, and everybody be more than welcome to do that.
Yeah, I guess I win. I turned everything bad into a positive. So,
all right, let's get into our relationship question, which is not a question. We're gonna talk about the guy who all the women who hate, and I don't know why they hate this guy. What did he do so wrong to y'all women, man? Kevin.
What you mean?
Hold on.
Oh man.
Now, we do want to warn you, this is someone taking their last breath, so it is hard.
I'm not sure what it is, but just he's not breathing. I'm trying to get him to CPR. He's breathing now, but I think he has a irregular rhythm. He's hurry. I'm a nurse, but I'm trying to do CPR. Come on, Kevin, you got it. Come on, just try to breathe. Come on, you got it. Come on, think about your mom. Think about your daughter. Come on. Please.
17-minute-long 911 call ended with dispatch continuing to give directions as first responders made their way to the apartment. The woman who made the call told authorities it was her first time at Samuel's Buckhead home. Atlanta police say she told them Kevin complained of chest pains the night before. The next morning, she says he fell over, which is why she called 911. Samuels died last Thursday.
Man. I didn't know he stayed here. I didn't know he stayed in Atlanta.
Yeah. Can I touch on this real quick? First, please. I don't know Kevin Samuels personally. I don't think nobody knows him personally or whatever. But I saw a whole bunch of people, like, especially a lot of women, like, I'm glad he did and celebrating death. First of all, we shouldn't be celebrating death, period. Whether you agree with his tactics, what he said or whatever, but the same women who are demonizing him were a part of the same people that were going to him for validation. So you built his platform off of him validating you. And then now you got a prop. So that's what happens when you go seek validation from outside of yourself. You don't always get the answer that you think you're going to get. Now, whether he said it raw, whatever, however you talk, you went there to get it. You've seen videos of him bashing women, just tearing them down. What made you go do that? What made you get on camera and do that to yourself? Why do you need validation from somebody else, from another man, to make you feel valuable? Or am I a 10? What do you get? These women asking him, what do you value? What do you rate me as? And all this kind of shit. I seen a couple of these videos. I'm like, wow. I'm like, damn. But I just don't, I never got the hype with him. He said a whole bunch of stuff that a lot of other people, said. But, as far as, people like happy that he dead. And I seen a lot of people saying, oh, there's a lot of men out here caping for Kevin Samuels. He degraded black women and stuff. Well, I think they degraded themselves as well by going to him for validation. And that's just my 2 cents.
I'm glad that I never got into the hype of it, but the one thing I do know, point blank period in the story, is that none of us as indigenous men on this planet, especially in this country, should be downgrading our women. And to do it on a national platform, to me, that's a problem. That's a major problem. So when you have people that are like backing him and all that, to me, it's bullshit. Because if you are against our women, especially on the level that he was on, you're not for us.
You think he was against women?
Because bottom line is like this. He had a platform where women could call in And mind you, he's an adult. He can say whatever the fuck he wants. He can say whatever the fuck he wants. And the way it was constantly portrayed, for me, I'm so sick of our people. We're always seen in that light consistently, period. To me, it needs to be conversation, especially relationship conversations. That shit needs to be private. Right. Why? Like, that's not this type of shit, especially when it's toxic like that. Because unfortunately, that's what drives things to me. Then when you talk about him being a relationship bureau, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that motherfucker divorced 3 fucking times? If he was divorced 3 times,
what I say, he's self-professed.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No, but the point is, the reason why I'm saying this is because people, like Jermaine said, seeking his validation based on what credentials. And I've been saying this from the beginning. I've never really watched his videos. I've only seen certain mannerisms and things like that. All I'm going to say is there is no way that dude should be given advice on a heterosexual relationship. This is my opinion.
I agree.
I don't. For me personally, I don't get that.
But at the same time, I mean, I just don't want. I'm big on being self accountability. We cannot take the accountability off of these women. We're not gonna sit here and say they had no part in it because they built his fucking platform. So should he be bashing women? Did he have the credentials to bash the women there? But can't nobody come over here and bash you if you don't let them. Kirsten, right. I can't sit here and tell Kirsten she not cute, she not a 10, and she not. Who the fuck am I? And she not gonna come to me and say, Jermaine, you think I'm a 10? You think so it works both ways. So he could.
Well, a lot of those, Go ahead. My bad.
I agree with both of y'all. Like, I think that a lot of the women did sign up for that, but also like he was really. I feel like he was preaching something that he wasn't even living himself. Like you trying to tell people about relationships and stuff, but yet you're not in a healthy relationship of your own. Like I get if you done been divorced, that's fine. But are you currently dating someone who you are in love with? Somebody you was with the lady you was with was a one night stand. So where is it's like you're saying one thing but living another, or you just benefiting from this popular lifestyle or whatever. And like Fu said, like I instantly when I was listening, because I have listened to some of his went to his YouTube channel because I know somebody who listened to them and to him, and he was telling me to go listen. Right? And I was like, when I was listening, I'm like, I think he battling. Like this a man who he like, I think he had like a sexual was addicted to sex, and I think he was battling with men and women. Like he was into both. That's like what I felt or whatever. And and when I heard the clip though, where he was talking about Black women and our beauty, and I just heard that after he died, and I'm like, what? It was like we on the lowest of the totem pole, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's someone who really didn't love themselves. Like if you don't bash your woman, you don't know who you are, and you don't truly love yourself. That means you talking about your mama, your sisters, your daughters, if you have any. Like that's not. So gonna break his soul. I would never, I wouldn't say I'm glad he did all that because I didn't know him personally. But also, some women are entitled to feel. Everybody entitled to feel how they want to.
So was he bashing women or just brutally honest?
Nah,
no, it ain't no brutally honest.
I think a lot of it was like brutally, because a lot of women come on there. What you rate me? And he was brutally honest to him.
Rob, I want to ask you a question, man to man.
That's for me. I didn't listen to Kevin the very first time I ever heard him. I knew from the beginning Kevin was somebody that didn't align with how I felt about women, Black women, any of it. So from the very first anything that I heard of him, that was the first and the last of it. Why am I going to keep listening to something that aggravates me, something that infuriates me? Like, he was aggravating from day one. He was disrespectful from the first day I heard him. That was the first and last. Like, I would hear people in context saying, "Oh, did you hear what Kevin said?" No, I didn't. It don't apply to me. I just absolutely refuse to sit up and listen to it and be aggravated with ignorance. I can make a choice not to listen to him, so I'm not.
Rob, I want to ask
and I'm
you a
definitely
question.
not going to seek validation from him.
I want to ask you a question, man to man, based on what you just said. How many women have you fallen for hard and they were 35 years or older?
A couple.
Okay. Here's the reason why I asked you that. It's a clip, because my people's told me about this shit, where he told a woman who was like 35 years old or something like that at your age, at being 35, you washed up, nobody wants you, and this. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Like you left over.
Damn, like the reason why I'm saying this is because I've heard Jermaine been talking about it for a while, and Kirsten always brings it up. We have to be mindful of our vibration. You want to keep your shit as high as possible. The shit that he was doing was so low vibration that it's sad, and it showed you how many people are on that same wavelength. That shit is dangerous, and it's fucking toxic, because you have so many people out here, men and women. They not only don't love themselves, they don't know who they are. They have no idea who they are. So when you have people like that, and it's not just him, it's other people. It could be a fucking family member. It could even be a so-called friend. They keep you down. How many people in your circle, no matter who you are, whoever listening to this shit, how many people do you know that actually lift you up? And they don't keep you in that motherfucking vibration. Now, the reason why I say that is because the only people that could bring you out of that shit, if their shit is high. If they shit low, they can't do nothing for you.
But see, fool, that when his job was to give those women his opinion of what he thought what they was trying to do. Like, a woman come on, she 250, 5'5", talking about she want a high value man with 2 kids.
Okay.
Oh, and the first thing he asked him, what makes you think you want a high value man? What makes you think you deserve a high value man making $100,000 a year?
Here's the reason.
Why isn't she worthy of it? Why isn't she worthy of it, Rob? Because she's 5'5", 250 pounds. Why wouldn't she be worthy of it? Why can't she desire it?
It's not the fact that she's not worthy of it. She asked him for his opinion. He gave her his honest, what he felt like his honest opinion. You 5'5", 250. You like a fat butterball. You know what I'm saying? What makes you think a high value man making $100,000? He got everything he needs financially, gonna come into your home and take care of you.
Bam. But
and another man's kids.
But here's the thing about what you just said. This is the point that's being missed as far as relationships. There is somebody out there for everybody.
Yeah,
there are people out there that's chubby chasers. More power to them. I think.
Yeah. But most of those women didn't want those guys. They wanted guys that he felt like they had no access to.
But hold up. So you're telling me that there aren't chubby chasers out there making that kind of money willing to do that? That's not true.
I'm not saying it's not true, fool. I'm saying they came. Obviously, they felt like they couldn't get him, so they needed his opinion.
I think the point is, why even go? Like I said before, you had to see this guy's video. You had to know what his platform was about. So if you didn't have self-esteem in yourself, if you didn't have love of self, first of all, if you got love of self, you ain't finna go to him anyway for no advice. First of all. So whether she's 250, 5'8", or whatever, if you love yourself, why are you seeking validation from this nigga? Like I said, the women built his platform. If not one other, if the first fucking damn woman, if you seen the first woman, he dogged her or whatever, if the next one don't go on, he ain't got no platform, and we don't even know who the fuck this dude is. But they kept going on there. They kept going on there. All these women who thought they were fine or thought whatever, however they felt about themselves, they went to him to say, what do you rate me as? That makes absolutely no fucking sense to me. None.
Okay.
I mean,
I
but
could be wrong,
also,
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Ratings are not going to be what they were, or his following wouldn't have been what it was had he rated all of them a 10. That was his thing. I'm going to lowball and low blow all of these women because this is what getting everybody else to keep wanting to watch me.
All right. All right.
So even
I
if
want
she
to say
was
one
a
thing.
10 out of 10, he's rating.
I want to make a point that kind of turns the corner a little bit. It's like, if y'all know who that guy Derek Jackson is, he did the same thing for women. And what Kevin Samuels did is he panders to men, and he's trying to get likes. And if he talks bad to a woman and parrots a bunch of stuff that guys think in their heads, he's going to get a lot of likes. He's going to get a lot of facts in the comments. He's going to get that. And I don't think he necessarily believed it, everything he was saying. I think a lot of those women, some of those women, they came on in there, but I think a lot of those women on there, he kind of staged them. You know, fool would tell you, man, a lot of stuff be bullshit. You know, I think he paid a few women to come on there and take his abuse. And I was never a Kevin Samuels fan, but like I think that it was all a hustle.
But he also has videos where he's, you know, quote unquote corrected men and saying what men needed. The only difference is it wasn't no men going on camera seeking validation from him. Yeah. It was just women. So he was saying what
because that ain't what men do. So it leads you to believe that women like validation.
Men seek validation in the inbox. Men seek validation in the inbox. No, they don't get on live.
We don't want nobody to know our business. We don't want nobody to know our business, man. But see, women just want validation.
I'm gonna put y'all.
They want to know where they stand. I think women want to know where they stand.
We so needy and we so need validation. I can guarantee you, there's as many women out there that need validation. Check out some of these inboxes, baby. I can promise you, these men are bad. They're out here questioning their existence.
Some women, and
some women.
Okay,
like you said,
I validate myself.
He also said broke men shouldn't date. He also said you ain't got no job, you shouldn't be dating.
I mean, that's
how about that?
That's ridiculous.
How about that?
What you mean, Britt?
I mean, my dad, when my dad met my mom, he was a freshman in college. So she was a senior. She had a job.
Different day and time, bro. Different day and time, bro. Different day and time. Different day and time, bro. You can get a gas. You can get a gas. You can get a gallon of gas for damn 15 cents. Back. You just said your dad when he passed, he was 78, and your mom is 74.
Look at when Barack was dating Michelle. He had a rusted out car. He was broke too.
Bro,
so it's Charles said define broke.
Didn't have a lot of money to splurge and ball.
Well, that's not broke.
You have zero. You have no money, no drive, no nothing.
Hell, that most of men don't have a lot of money.
Everybody on this live, unless you're a fucking damn millionaire, we working for it. So what are you saying?
So we made 3 checks, we done.
Hey, that's 85% of the fucking damn United States. Shit.
Yeah, but I just think, like, you know, if you're gonna be teaching something, at least live what you teach. And like, I just feel like he wasn't living everything that he was teaching, even with Derek Jackson. Like,
well, we know he wasn't living. We know he wasn't living.
Right,
a mess. Hey, man,
he pandered to women, just like Kevin Samuels panders to men.
And then he come out and say he was cheating on his wife. Don't say he didn't do anything for us. He was for himself. He did absolutely nothing for us.
He did it for the likes and the money. He did it for the likes and the clicks.
Now, just because people give advice don't mean they don't have problems themselves. People think because people give you advice, that don't mean they.
But you can't. You don't have
right. There's no. You're right.
Women, loving women, taking care of women, and you cheating on your wife. No, don't tell my man how to take care of me, and you cheating on your wife.
Well, that's how he know. That's how he know. He know what.
You giving advice because it could have been something that you went through and learned from. Like if you give advice on that end, that's fine. But you out here talking about other things, you doing the opposite.
preaching he was in the midst of doing it. It's not something that he did and got passed. You were preaching to men about what they should be doing with their wives. In the meantime, you were cheating on yours. So you can't teach me a lesson while you live in the lie.
That's not true.
You can't tell my man how to take care of me when you cheating on yours.
That's not true. That's not true. If I burn my hand on the stove,
I don't need
I can tell you. I can tell you. I can tell you don't burn your hand on the stove because I did.
Rob, there's a difference between you can't tell me how not to burn your hand on the stove while your hand is currently being burned. That's what she's saying.
Thank you, BT. Thank you,
BT.
Hey, sure you can. Steve Harvey built his whole brand on that damn shit. Hell, Marjorie, his side chick.
Yeah, most people been through it.
Steve Harvey made his mistakes in the past, learned on it, and moved on. He practicing what he preached now. So Steve Harvey, all right with me. He did a lot.
True. So she
Yeah, I like Steve Harvey. Is very motivational, but he did some stuff that he talks against now.
Right.
So does that mean he can't give advice because he did the same thing he's speaking against?
DLU the same way.
Hey, look, man, that man a judge, man. Leave him alone.
Well, maybe
he got his own judge.
Advice while you living in it.
And some people go lay on the couch and talk through these marriage counselors. These counselors ain't even married.
They ain't perfect either. They ain't perfect either.
They've been trained.
Hey, Dr. Phil ain't even got his license. License practice no more. They still
walking up on you with the weight loss tea, but you fat. Don't walk up on me with weight loss tea and you fat. You can't tell me how to do this and you don't got to do it yourself. No, let me see you do it, and then I can mimic what you do. But don't come at me wrong and expect me to do right.
Well, that's just like a preacher preaching against sin. He's telling you about sin, but that don't mean he's not without sin. Yeah. Because he's preaching against sin.
That's not talking about
that don't mean he can't. That don't mean he can't preach it. You know what I'm saying? We would have no preachers.
But all I'm saying is what I can see. This man, you had to sit on TV in front of everybody that you didn't preach and told these people what to do and say, "Oh, I made a mistake." No, you made a choice. You made a decision. Something that you were doing for quite a while. This wasn't just an absent place of the mind. You were actively cheating. While you were actively bashing men about cheating and mistreating women. You had a platform and you wanted to run with it, and you would have continued to run with it unless they caught you cheating. Had you not got caught cheating, you would still be preaching to men about how they shouldn't be cheating, how they shouldn't be mistreating women.
Yep. Yeah, but people can have a past though. Dudes like Donnie McClurkin and John P. Key, they had a simple past, turned it around. Now they're living the right way. What's that?
And I can agree with that. I can go for that. But again, you have to show me that in the walk. You can't tell me that while you're in the midst of doing it.
I agree.
Like show. It's just like you said, live how you, if you're going to preach to something to me, live how you're preaching it to me. But don't preach it to me and then go do the complete opposite of what you just preached to me.
The greatest example of what Ann is saying to me is the fact that Dr. Phil has a book about weight loss. Why the fuck am I gonna listen to Dr. Phil about weight loss? I would love somebody. When I saw that shit, I cracked the fuck
he can
up.
Tell me how to grow hair. Like, come on, man.
This dude bigger than a house, and he has a weight loss book. You gotta be fucking shit. But this is the world we live in, because nowadays people have platforms, and everybody who has a platform have followers. And what I've always said, I've been saying this shit since I got down with network marketing. When I got down with network marketing years ago, and I was heavy into it, I used to always ask people who wanted to get down with my team, would you follow you? That's the key thing. Are you willing to follow you? If you're not willing to follow you, don't claim to be a leader. It's not happening. You have to develop into that shit. And a lot of people out here, they do a lot of claiming, and so much everything is transactional. Motherfuckers just want to get paid. People out here doing shit just for the dollar. It's sad that most people live like that, but they do. I don't live like that. I'm not driven by a dollar, but most motherfuckers are. And I heard some shit a couple days ago. They said that Kevin Samuels, his job or whatever when he worked for corporate, it was fucking marketing. So he did what he did to get paid. Period.
It was a hustle.
He did exactly what he did to get paid. And in the long run, He did not give a fuck about who he hurt. Period. He had no. He gave no shit about that.
Right.
Shit.
He wasn't actually trying to help the women that he was critiquing.
Hey, Rob.
Let me play a little bit of it.
But that's she's a comedian.
Do you want to be married?
Yes, I do.
Do you want children?
Yes, I do.
Do you think your husband will be a musician, an actor, or an athlete?
Yes, I absolutely do. What? Yeah.
Yeah, she was on
I
Boomerang.
have to do something with his mom.
That's the men that I be with. So.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
No.
Yes. Those are the kind of men I attract. I be around. My resume kind of speaks for itself.
of dicks, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
You do too. But
yeah, your roster
Yes.
of dead dicks is nice, but you got no wedding rings.
No, but they got NBA rings.
Because
So
you're a side chick.
I'm not though. This dude proposed to me before, so
Before or after the orgasm?
we never even did anything for real. I just, but that was it.
Now, was this, and all joking aside, was this when you were in college or was it?
No, it was well after college, sweetie. Last year, kind of like last year.
And did he play professional sports or like Canadian basketball?
He was a drug dealer, but then he went to the NBA.
And okay,
On the
and if
bench.
you turned him down,
Who is this nigga?
Because he got 12 kids and 16 baby mamas, and I didn't want to marry that for real.
you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. So why in the hell would you deserve what you get? That's why we laugh at women like you.
I don't see
I
what's
ask
funny.
you if you want to be married, do you want to have kids? And when I ask you is, do you think your husband's going to be in this group of men who tend to live this lifestyle? You say yes, and that's what you openly pick for.
Yeah.
Instead of going over and dating men over on the business side, because here's the problem. You can't handle a man over here because you got to be more than just cute.
Whoa, I bring way more to the table than that. So
Well, then why are you putting yourself in a group of men who you say do these things?
well, I mean, because in LA, that's just what it is. So
See, and y'all see now what's
Rob, wait a minute. Rob,
That's probably what business
That was a
is.
skit.
Rob, first off, it's two things to that particular video. Number one, that chick is a comedian and she's a influencer on TikTok or social media.
What they got to do with it? What they got to do with it?
Wait a minute. Number two, if you look at the video was her talk. That wasn't a conversation between them. That was an interview he did with somebody else, and she was playing on it. Gotta look at that shit. That wasn't one of the real ones.
But she was playing like some of the women that go on his platform.
Yes, that wasn't real right there. That was all her. That wasn't him. That was her.
But the show kind of went along that line, the kind of stuff that they were talking about, and they made no sense when you want this, but you're doing that. You know what I'm saying?
That's why, personally, that's the reason why I loved it, because she did that shit to show how stupid and ridiculous that it is. That's the reason why she did it. It proved it right there. She did that, and I know Jess Hilarious, she did the same thing. She did the same exact shit. But well, Jermaine said it best. If that's what you want, you get exactly what you asked for. Period. I know for me, if I want relationship advice, I have people I go to. I know somebody personally who's like a father figure to me. He's been married for as long as I've been alive. So why would I not go have those types of conversations with that person? I'm not going to seek information from somebody who don't know what the fuck they talking about. I don't, that part I don't understand. But when you start talking about clout chasing and platforms and all that other shit, this right here is exactly what you get. I'm not going to take relationship advice from a pimp. Why the fuck would I? That doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not going to take relationship advice from somebody who has been divorced a multitude of times for different reasons. That doesn't make it. But matter of fact, I use this example. Why would I take relationship advice from somebody who cheated on each one of their ex-wives or ex-husbands. That doesn't make any sense because they're a serial cheater. What the fuck can they tell me? You can't tell me nothing. You did the same exact thing multiple times. So it is what it is. So we as a collective, we gotta work on getting our fucking vibrations higher, yo. I'm serious. I mean that with all sincerity. I'm not saying don't live your life and do certain things, but at the same time, you got to be mindful of what you inputting into your motherfucking universe. Because that shit, depending on the individual,
because if you're content, it doesn't matter what they're going to say. It doesn't matter what they say to you if you're content inside.
And you got a lot of people. You have a lot of people out here. When I think about myself, I can walk into a room of negativity. That shit's gonna bounce off of me because I'm good. That's not me. But you have certain people who walk into that room, they embrace it because they're natural empaths. They can't help it. They need to run when they feel that shit. But certain people, they just can't do that shit. And when you start talking about how you've grown up and things like that and how you've been talked to, and if you have, I'm not just gonna say daddy issues, if you just have issues, period, that's the type of shit that you're drawn to. Period. Point blank, period, end of story. But these ain't the types of conversations motherfuckers want to have. If motherfuckers actually went to a goddamn counselor or a therapist, they wouldn't be dealing with this shit. They just wouldn't be.
But another larger problem is a lot of people just don't want to hear the truth. They just want to hear the shit that they want to hear. Because if you go to a counselor or a psychologist, whatever, and they tell you the truth, that shit hurts. The truth hurt. That's a hard fucking damn pill to swallow. A lot of people ain't willing to damn swallow that damn pill. They'd rather point the finger, blame everything else than accept the fucking damn truth.
I'm sitting here laughing, and I'm not going to say who the person is. I have somebody in my life who is super close to me. Actually, two of them. They the exact same person. And it's all I can do is shake my head. I don't live like that. I can't be the motherfucking victim. Because I've been saying that shit for a long time. Everybody wants honesty, but everyone can't handle the truth.
Yeah. I made a video. I made a video about that on Instagram because that is really true. Like I realized that a couple of weeks, even a couple of weeks or like a month ago. So I learned, because I'm a very honest person, like right now in my life, and I have not always been, how I am. Like I had to grow to this person, and I realized that based off having a couple conversations with people very close to me. And I definitely suggested therapy because I am one who have been through therapy, and I'm still doing like very strong, severe self-work. And that is really like something that we all should do. We all should start with ourselves first, because like you said, Jermaine, when you go within yourself and do what you need to do for yourself, you seek no validation outside of you. Like you really start to know and understand. And a lot of people are comfortable sitting in victim mode, and they done built their whole existence off of it. And it's sad. Like it's really sad. And everything that happened is somebody else's fault. It's never what I did to participate in the situation or whatever. And people gonna get it, hopefully. I pray. Hopefully, I pray people get it, especially women. And let me say this, because when we are being that fool, you just said empath. Women are highly empathic. Being that we are the most, we are very spiritual, and that's why a lot of women I know are in victim mode, because it's always, you did something to me. This is what happened. No, we honestly, a lot of us are very damaged, very, very. Which everybody experience trauma, at some point in their life, but you have to take ownership and responsibility and start to heal things that's going on with you. You can't keep blaming stuff on your parent, your mama, your daddy, your baby daddy, your your this, your that. We can't keep doing it. Like, and that's why a lot of our children, that's why they generate a lot of things is happening. But I think I have faith and hope that things are turning around. I really do. I really do. So that's part of my purpose. I'm gonna help it turn around.
Kirsten, can you send me the link to your video in the chat?
Sure. I sure can.
Thank you.
And I've been saying this. I've been saying this for a long time. I've always been one to go live on Facebook. I was even doing videos like that before the live feature was on there, and I would post videos on there. I advise everybody to do that in some type of capacity, because whether you want to believe it or not, whatever you have going on in your life, people want to hear your story. You never know who it could touch. You may think that the video don't look right and everything like that, but it's about the message. And everybody has them. Every single person out here has a message. And you'll be surprised at what you might say could save somebody's life. So for me, the reason why the Kevin Samuels thing, in my personal opinion, was so dangerous is because you have people coming on there who are truly damaged. Certain words could trigger a motherfucker to do something harmful against themselves. Is that his fault? No. But we got to be mindful of that, because when you factor in something like that that's so pertinent, you got to think about it. Those words from him could have been the edge that pushed them over. They was debating on whatever. You know what? He just said, you know what? I'm gonna take myself out. That wasn't on him, but they wanted that validation to do it. That's why I said this shit is crazy when you really think about it and you put it into perspective. But once again, it's not the conversation that most people want to have.
Yeah, but the show wasn't about validation. You know what I'm saying? The show was supposed to be about giving people their honest opinion.
But once again,
in validation, they were hoping he would say what they wanted to hear. It was definitely about validation. They wanted to be validated. And
yeah, but he ain't never told nobody what they want to hear. But see, he ain't never told nobody what they want to hear. So why you keep going to him?
Because they thought they were that big girl. They thought they were going to be the girl that called in, and they were going to be able to change his mind. Oh, I got this. I got a great job. I got this. They thought that they were going to be the one to call in and have the qualifications to change Kevin Samuels' mind. But his object was to go against the grain. So it doesn't matter what she would have said she had. He was going to find a loophole to go in and still try to sweep her feet off and under her. He was never, ever going to put anybody on a pedestal, especially not a black woman like myself.
Right. He wasn't going to show the women that proved him wrong.
The reason a woman would call into that show, one man or whatever, is because to validate what it is that you're thinking in your head. And when he didn't validate what they were thinking in their head, it became a whole cuss out session, because he doesn't believe what you have thought to believe about yourself all this long time. But again, when you know what you know, there's no need to argue back and forth with somebody. I'm never going to argue with anybody about me. Be it right, wrong, or indifferent. This is how I feel about me. We're not going to argue about what I feel about me.
I got a question.
I'm not going to call Rob and say, what do you think about me? And then cuss you out based on what you say. I'm not even finna ask.
Did anybody ever watch him give advice? Him give his advice? Did anybody ever watch this shit?
Yeah, a little bit.
Here's the reason why I'm asking. Did any of the women ever say to him, "Who do you think you're talking to?"
Yeah.
Nope.
They did.
I think maybe once or twice.
Maybe once or twice.
The reason why I asked, it just popped in my head. If a woman asks him, "Who do you think you're talking to?" like that, well,
and then he usually hang up on him.
He talking to the person that called in on his show to hear that shit.
Right.
That's why I'm like, the shit just. I deal in logic. I deal in logic and common sense. That's just me. I can't help it. I don't move off of fear and emotion. So the fact that women were constantly doing this shit and feeding into it, along with the fact of men validating. So here's my thing. It was all about being an opportunist. The stuff that he was saying ain't nothing that they never heard before. They just heard that shit in the streets. They could have heard that shit from a family member. But he saw his opportunity to get fucking paid, to get his foot in the doors of doing certain shit and everything like that. It's just sad that it had to be at the expense of our women. That's the way I look at it. That's my personal opinion about it. Even though they chose it, but that's fucked up.
Well, you know, my personal opinion, they went on to get his personal opinion about them. He gave it to them. It wasn't the way they wanted it. You know what I'm saying? He could have said things in a better way. He could have said, you know, he could have said things in a better way. He gave it to him raw. You know what I'm saying? And people don't like looking in that mirror. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
people don't
that's
like looking
wrong.
in that mirror.
Your therapy is not gonna give nothing to you raw. Like people who are actually there to help you, they have a way of making you see your own shit without,
right.
you know.
That's how you know he wasn't there to help.
But see, he wasn't a therapist. He wasn't a therapist.
But he wasn't some kind of coach.
He wasn't there to give them to help them. He was there to give them his opinion of them.
That's a good point too.
That was his job. I'm not. If you ask me about you, if you ask me, Robert, what you think, I'm gonna say nice things about you. You know what I'm saying? But you call a dude who don't know you from blue fish to a grasshopper, he gonna say some more stuff.
Yeah,
So,
I wouldn't do that.
We might say two different things. You know what I'm saying?
The sad part about it is most of the women that ended up calling in, most of the women that have a bad thing to say about him, if they had the chance, they probably would have let that man smash. More than likely, if it was a face-to-face type of thing, and believe me, if I'm gonna say if he happened to be in that mood, possibly, allegedly, it could have happened. But it always turns into that because it's the clout chasing aspect of it. Mm-hmm. It's crazy how this shit is. The sad part about it is 10 years ago, this shit wouldn't have been possible because it wasn't like this. Platforms and all that shit. This shit changing so fucking fast. It'll make your head spin. Mm-hmm. And the wrong people got the platform. But you have to remember, when you talk about people out here with platforms on a substantial level, they were chosen. You don't see people with that type of platform speaking positivity and love into people. It don't happen like that. It does not happen.
But you know why, fool? Because we tend to tune in to plane crashes.
No.
Let's be honest about it now. Be honest about it now.
Rob, that's not it.
Jerry Springer was popular for a reason.
Listen, the reason why there aren't platforms out like that on like big like that is because the goal is to keep people fucked up. Period. That's the whole thing. There is no balance. If it was balanced, shit would be good. But for every Kevin Samuels, it should be somebody out there with the same type of platform and shit like that, speaking nothing but love into people. But you don't.
That shit. It is, fool.
Where
it is.
Yeah.
But people don't watch them because it's not exciting.
Not me. I do. I watch every. Let me tell you, my timeline.
But they are out there. Cursing. Aren't there people out there like that?
This is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you have to think about the people who get those platforms. They're the ones that's promoted. We're not talking about promoting yourself. Mainstream out there, they don't promote that. But mainstream will promote that because it's fucking toxic. That's what I'm saying. You can promote the shit yourself all you want. We can promote the positivity and the love for those people. But when you start talking about being nationally pushed, they get chosen. Just like when you talk about politics. These motherfuckers are in politics, they are selected, not elected. Period.
Yeah, but that's why I be on social media more now too, because even with social media, you can set your own algorithm, especially based on the things that you look at and save and share. Like you'll start to see more of those things on your timeline and get more of those different profiles. Because if anybody is like saying anything stupid and just negative, I unfollow you and I don't even follow people like that no more. Like I think I did a great clean out last year and just set my thing up to where it's all either fashion, spirituality, like all kind of things that inspire me. I don't want to see nothing that's lowering my vibration or even like some provoking things like with kidnappings and stuff like stuff like that used to really get me. Like children did certain stuff, like I had to take all that off because anything dealing with children will get me in such a low state, and I have to like scratch that out. But
outside of
you're
her,
right, sister.
outside of her personal life, but don't Jada Smith does a show like that? Was this positive?
No, because she's fucking toxic. So no.
But a show is, but she has a positive show.
Nah.
Yeah. Well, her show is really kind of supposed to be like healing. But yeah, because I have saw a few of her episodes, which has been great. Because she had Queen of Fool on one of them, and it's a couple more I saw that was really good.
But people don't watch because of her personal life.
Right.
Oh yeah, I only look at certain ones.
Yeah, but her show is a positive show.
Right. Extract the value out of it. That's what I try to do with every relationship I'm in. Extract the value and then discard the trash. I do that with everyone, with everything. But Kirsten is right about the algorithm. There was this guy that did this experiment, a black dude who put he changed his profile, he scrubbed all his pictures, changed his profile to a Confederate flag and started watching a bunch of conservative, rhetoric, commenting on it, and then he started getting conservative followers and racist followers, and eventually, and they started tagging him on a bunch of propaganda. I mean, he said, "This is how I became a conservative."
Yeah, you can trick it like you can.
That's real.
Jada Smith is Jada Pinkett is a witch, man.
Hold on, but let me say this.
In her personal life.
But let me make this clear. There are different types of witches, and all witches are not bad. Let me just say that.
Right.
She's not a good wife, but she has other things that she can offer.
But Brad, you just said scrap the good. Well, maybe we're extracting the good.
Right, extract. Like she has other things on natural healings, stuff like that. That's good. But
she don't use. But like Ann said, she don't use them on herself. Her life ain't fucking healed. How she gonna?
They gonna tell me how to heal me, and you over there, bro.
Her life ain't healed. Her life in fucking shambles.
Well, we always gonna be in the healing stage, man. So just because you can give people advice don't mean you always healed yourself.
You know what I'm saying? Kirsten, my vibration is high, but I always wanted to go higher. So feel free to invite me to any groups that you in, and I'll go ahead and check that shit out. Anything you got, I'll take, because I'm always for that shit. It's like, why not?
I'll go first because I'm getting sleepy. Y'all know I'm old. I just turned a year
I'm
old.
gonna produce Kirsten's own show. She gonna do her own show, her whole hour. I'm gonna produce it. I'm gonna be behind the scenes listening. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we can do that.
All right, my parting shot is always gonna be not always, but it's going to be in the political realm. So and me and Fu, we talked about this the other day, and he just told me to just wait and share it when a lot of more people can hear it. So I asked him a question. I was like, do you know what makes an effective pimp? And I was thinking about this the other day, and the thing with a pimp is he convinces his hoe that she can't make it without him, that she can't function without him, she can't take care of herself without him, and things are so bad on the other side. If you leave me, your ass would be lost. And it got me thinking about this toxic relationship that the black community has been in with the Democratic Party. Now, I'm not saying that the other choice is better, but we can no longer be blindly loyal to any of these corrupt parties, Republican or Democrat. That's my parting shot.
All right, can I go next?
So
Can I go? Can I go next?
So you call it a
I'm already
So you call it a political hoes.
The way y'all be defending, y'all be like, don't be talking about him. Don't be talking about my man.
Hey, my boy just called me a hoe, man.
We can't go over there to the big old bad Republicans. We can't go over there. We can't make it without the Democrats. Boy, that's how y'all be sounding, man. I be like, man.
Yo, I'm a go because I gotta bounce.
Wait, no, I'm already next. I'm gonna make it real quick. My usual spiel. Y'all love on y'all kids, love on each other. Check on your friends who you think are doing amazing. Those people are probably the people that are hurting the most. Stop and tell somebody you love them. You guys have an amazing week. I'll see y'all next time.
All right, man, we love you.
Love y'all. Bye.
I went the other day. To go ahead and vote over here. And unfortunately, in Georgia, they don't have an option for you to be an independent. So you can pretty much vote for whoever you want on both sides. So because I knew some people personally in the Democratic Party, I made sure that I voted for him. So I will say that I voted for Michael Owens because I know him personally. I voted for Corey Martin over here in Douglasville for judge because I know him personally. I've known him since I moved here. I voted for Sonia Compton. In other words, on that ballot, if I did not know you personally, I did not vote for you, period. And I knew who Stacey Abrams was, and I did not vote for her motherfucking ass. Because like I said, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure she does not get elected because I do not want Georgia to turn into California or New York. Point blank, period, end of story. Because this shit is way bigger than people think. And the more power that you give away, it's dangerous. I would rather have it so motherfuckers are saying, give it to the people, this, that, whatever, rather than it just has to be my way or the highway. So for me personally, I would tell, I've said this shit from the very beginning. Vote for people and not party. Don't vote for an illusion. If you don't know where they stand, don't fuck with them. Period. Don't fall for the status quo and all that other bullshit. Make sure there's some actual action behind substance. And lastly, if there is anybody out there watching, if you have family in South Carolina, please vote for Greg Marcel Dixon against Clyburn, because Clyburn is a detriment to our community, and what he's doing in South Carolina is atrocious, and he needs to go. So please reach out to your peoples in South Carolina. Vote for Greg Marcel Dixon. The young man, he's the only person pushing for reparations, and he will keep pushing for reparations because he's about that life, and he's not going to shift, and he's not going to let Washington change who he is as an individual. Y'all have a good night.
All right. Good night.
All right, I'd like to jump in really quickly. Forward. I'm gonna. That's my saying. This is my message. That's gonna be eternally. Push forward. Positivity forward. Negativity backwards. Man, value in, garbage out. Vote for people that support your community. Vote for people. Vote against people who are a detriment to your community. The state of Georgia has been around for what, 200, 300 years. One person is not going to turn it into California. I hate to tell y'all. So, yeah, I mean, Kemp, he's a slave master. He is a modern day slave master. Get that clown out of there. Do what you got to do. Take care of your business. Nothing but love and peace. Forward, my people. I love y'all. I'm out.
All right, Big G. All
right. Okay, just us again. I'm just gonna say that, it is definitely time for us to really own our power and be careful with our words, the things that we speak, the words we choose, because everything that you speak with strong emotion will quickly manifest into your life. We are living, we're going into a high vibrational time, whether you want to or not. And if you're at a certain vibration, you are expendable. Like, this is just the facts, what is happening in the universe, as above, so below. If you know, you know. Things are really changing. So let's, as always, heal together. Start with yourself, though. We gotta really, really fix and work on healing the trauma within ourselves, because we all, no matter who you are, you come to this world to experience trauma so that you can advance and help others. That's the whole point of life, is growth and evolution. It's time for us to do what we need to do. And we can do it. And it is happening. It is happening. As always, I love all you all, and we will continue to heal together. And Rob, yeah, we're gonna do this show.
Yeah. And because I think you got a lot. I think you got a lot to say that a lot of people can use. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because a lot of people need to be healed, and a lot of people that ain't going to church no more, and church used to be everybody's outlet.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
You know why? Because a lot of things are coming to surface, and not even that. Church just really not what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
It don't really transform. It's not what it used to be, and a lot of people.
And what it used to be, people are just not. People are over that. Not saying they're over. They're over it spiritually. They're over the the traditions of church. They're over
And the fear.
church.
I mean, well, like, even my experience, church had instilled fear. And I said that previous, like, it was like this fear of, if you don't do this, this is gonna happen. No, like, God, spirit, the source is very, if you don't do something, you learn from it in advance, and not like, oh, this is what it's gonna be. But yeah, a lot of things are changing, but I'm grateful for the transformation universally. Like, even though there's like a lot of things being put out in the media, but I stay focused on the best things in life, because it's a lot of things to be grateful for. Because although that stuff is being pushed, a lot of great things are happening as well. Like, behind the scenes, a lot of stuff is transforming. So I'm grateful for all of those things. And I look forward to helping. I'm gonna really be like, because I really want to work with women one-on-one to help, especially mothers, because they, as a mother, it's a lot of things experience, and you could be really stressed or easily fall into depression. A lot of, like, I experienced extreme depression and being stressed, and I'm still young. I was able to pull myself out of that, thank God. So I want to I'm definitely gonna help other women, a lot of women.
Yeah, a lot of women need that, and some men need it too. You know
and men too, right?
Hell, I could be one of them. That could be why I'm pushing you to do it. I want to hear it too.
Right. Yeah,
but for real, though, you know what I'm saying? I think you need at least do about like an hour. If you can't do 2 hours, you know what I'm saying? It gets your own platform to where you're driving the conversation, and you're just not feeding off what I'm throwing out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So my thing most of the time, you feed on you comment on what the stuff I'm putting out there, and in that sense you got a lot to say. You know what I'm saying? and I think you need to, what I'm saying, do that. You know who you might say.
It's time to share. Yeah, because like I said, I was trying to say, but I know now that part of my purpose has to do with me being in a camera, because I used to be okay with being behind the scenes, but I found out that no, that's not gonna work. I have to be in front and center talking to people, because they have to. I have to. That's how people interact with. Like, they get the most out of what I have to offer with me being in front and center. So
I don't know. I don't know if you know. Tisha from Bankhead too. She do a show on Wednesday called Woosah Wednesday,
Really?
And she talk about her experience, you know, when things she's been through when she was broken and all that. And you know what I'm saying, and how she learned how to heal herself. And I drop in on, but she do her like she go live on Facebook. She don't have
it's on Facebook. Okay,
and she says some interesting stuff, and it's a lot of women be on there commenting, and they be on there crying and stuff, and it be healing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women be getting healed through her testimony.
Right. I would love to hear. That's it. I want to see her show so I can be on, you know.
Yeah, so I had the vision of you and her teaming up with healing. Like a healing thing, you know
I
what
would
I'm
love to do that, especially like bring women on to talk to them about certain things. Like, I think that.
Because the more women we heal, the more men we're going to heal.
Yeah, that's true.
Because here's the thing. A healed woman ain't going to put up with any kind of man.
That's right.
So if a man want to be able to heal, heal a woman, he got to be healed.
Right, and that's
one thing about a man. And one thing about a man, we want to be with a woman. We gonna get right.
Exactly.
Gonna do the things we
that's
need to
true.
do
That's
to be with that woman.
absolutely true.
Yeah,
you can't make a man change, but you can influence the change.
You can influence the change.
You either gonna get right or
you get right or you get gone.
Right.
So you got a choice. So a man gonna have a choice to make. I'm gonna get right. I'm gonna get gone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or he gonna go to the next woman who gonna put up with it. But it ain't gonna be the woman he want to be with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's real. That's real.
So I like what you say. I like what she say. You know what I'm saying? Both of y'all speak of healing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't be with the drama and all that. I know you come on the show and you have to deal with a lot of drama topics, but that ain't really where you at. You know what I'm saying? But you try to make how you feel fit into what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? But I just got this. I'm the type of person, I don't care who wins. I just want to see somebody win.
Right.
You know, that's the type of person I am. I don't care who winning. I just want to see people win. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are be selfish and say, "Nah, I just want to keep her on my show." Nah, I want you to do your own thing because I think you got something to say. Right. Seriously, I don't just be saying that. I really believe it.
Yeah, I know, and I thank you. I truly appreciate it.
But you just can't do it on Tuesday night, though.
Right. No, I got you. I already been
You just can't do it on Tuesday night. You can't do it on Tuesday night. But we'll chop it up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you
all right, make sure you
let me know what you want to do with it, how you want to know what I'm saying.
Okay. We're gonna do it. All right, love you. Good night.
All right, love you too. Peace. All right, y'all. This is what we got to say goodbye, y'all. We had a good time. I want to thank everybody who chimed in, comment, even just tuned in, man. Tell somebody about the show next week, man. Let everybody know what we're trying to do here, man. We try to get everybody involved. We're trying to build something here, man, for the community. This is a community show, and we're trying to let everybody be involved in on the conversation. A lot of shows y'all watching, y'all can't comment on it. Y'all can't get y'all perspective of it. But this show right here, you can talk about it how you want to talk about it. You can give your opinion, and we ain't going to judge your opinion. You know what I'm saying? Tuesday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Same black channel, same black time. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. This is where we do it at, man. This is the Chop Shop Overflow, the Everyday People Show. See y'all. I love y'all. And guess what? You can't do nothing about it. Peace out, y'all. Till next week. If y'all got any topic y'all want to talk about, holler at your boy, man. This is what we doing it. This is what we doing it. Peace out, y'all.